Hello and welcome to Torsey Waldridge Kitchen Gardener. So today we're doing the seeds to sow for the month of March. I'm going to break them down into two categories: what you can sow direct into the garden and what you can still sow and grow on your windowsill or in your glass houses. So this is what I love the most about March, is the seed varieties and the crops that you want to grow. That window is now starting to widen, and as we step into April and May, that just gets larger and larger, and this is where, you know, all of the vegetables that we want to eat throughout the summer months and into the winter, this is where it all starts to happen. So I'm just going to get on with it now and take you through what you can be sowing and growing through this month. So I'm sure some people are most probably still harvesting their parsnips, but ironically enough, February through to April is the month to start sowing your parsnips direct into the soil. I go with white gem purely because it's a crop that's never let me down. I do suffer with quite heavy canker on the plant, which sort of looks a bit like a scab, but that's purely because I'm in a very high limey soil. But otherwise they grow absolutely beautifully, and it's definitely a variety I'd recommend. This is a carrot variety that I've never actually tried before, so this is a trial year for it. It's a second early carrot, so this will go in from March onwards. Beet leaf, also known as Swiss chard, is a fantastic salad variety. So all I do with these crops is I grow them as young tender leaves. I don't really let them get any bigger than, you know, your normal salad size leaf of a spinach. And with this, you can see I've got silver, or white silver, sorry. This one is orange fantasia. Rhubarb chard, this is a gorgeous one, it's such a deep red. Candy yellow, and last one is flamingo, beautiful pink. This is one of my main spring onion Savile varieties that I grow. Radish cherry bell is another highly recommended variety. A lot of people grow them. They're really beautifully round, red, fantastic radish to grow. Just if there's any tips I can give you with your radishes, once you've sown them direct into the soil, just make sure you keep them watered, because as soon as you stop watering them and the soil dries out, they will bolt and become very woody. Beetroot is another crop that you can think about direct sowing into the soil. Alternatively, you can do them in cell packs and then plant them out at a little bit of a later date, and then you can just grow them as a clump. So if you're not worried about size and uniformity, then just whack them in their cells straight into the soil. So bold hardy is a fantastic, beautiful dark red. That would be sort of one of the normal varieties. Chicoria, this one is absolutely beautiful. So when you cut it open, you get the beautiful pink and white rings inside, and this one's quite a very sweet beetroot. And this variety here, Cheltenham Green Top, is a completely new one to me, so I'm really excited about growing that. Like it says on the name, it's a white beetroot with a green top to it, so I'm really interested to see what that looks and tastes like. I get really excited about my lettuces. I think they're a really rewarding plant to grow. Fantastic, you know, we eat so much salad, and I love doing this cut and come again salad, although, you know, you normally only get 2 or 3 cuts out of it, but it's so worth doing. So marvel for all 4 seasons. I normally grow that as a whole lettuce, the same as Lola Rosa. That is another beautiful salad, lettuce that grows as a lovely, beautiful, hearty lettuce. And the lettuce green salad bowl and red salad bowl, I like to grow these in drills, so you can just literally cut it all back, harvest it as young baby tender leaves, and they're absolutely beautiful. I've also started growing a few more iceberg lettuces, so they don't grow to your traditional iceberg lettuce that you would get in the shops. They're sort of quite an open leafed lettuce, but it's got that lovely crisp crunchy flavour that you get from that iceberg, and I know people absolutely love an iceberg lettuce just for that crispy crunch. And although all the other salad lettuce leaves that you have, they don't quite have that beautiful crunch. So I like to grow a little bit of iceberg lettuce along with the other salad bowl, you know, the other salad varieties that you've got. So when you mix that up in a bowl, it's, you know, you've got that crunchy crisp, but you've also got the flavour and the texture and the colours of all your other lettuces. This is definitely the month to start growing your brassicas. Golden Acer is a beautiful cabbage, really nice tight head, and it does actually produce really, really well. So if you're into your cabbages, definitely give that one a go. This is one of my new ones. So that is Sherwood. I'm going to give that one a go. That's a tight-headed cabbage, a bit like the Acer. I've got Red Ruth, which is just your normal red cabbage. Really, really happy about that. And then this one I will be sowing later into March. And I do successional sowing with my cabbages just to make sure that as soon as they're harvested, I have other cabbages to take their place throughout the whole of the growing season. So in last month's seed sowing, I mentioned Graffiti. I most probably completely mispronounced the name. I'm really sorry about that. I'm not very good with my spellings. I do succession sowing of this, and this month I will be growing Sunset. So Graffiti is the purple-headed cauliflower and Sunset is the orange-coloured cauliflower. These are the Brussels sprouts that I'll be growing this year. I've got two here, which one fruits earlier than the other one. So I've got one that I'll be harvesting before Christmas, and then another one that I harvest after Christmas. And then this fella here, which a lot of people are talking about, which is, it's a Brussels sprout crossed with a kale, and it's a beautiful sort of purpley green, looks a bit like a kale but has the characteristics of a Brussels sprout. So absolute must, give it a go, especially if you like your kale / Brussels sprouts. If you guys have watched any of my previous videos, this is the famous Cucamelon. I really, really highly rate this one. Kids absolutely love it. I can't tell you enough how much fun this plant is to grow. So if you can, give the Cucamelon a go this year. If you guys at home are interested in growing edible flowers, this viola is a fantastic viola. Heart's Easy. It's got a beautiful Parma violet flavour to it. Very, very subtle. Absolutely beautiful. I love growing edible flowers, but mainly growing edible flowers that have a beautiful taste and that complements a dish that you put them with. And also as well, it gives it a real wow factor when you've got flowers on a salad or a dessert. You know, there's so much that you can do with edible flowers, and I think they're so sort of, you know, nobody seems to really talk about it or want to use them. So I'm really just going to try and push for people to really give growing edible flowers a go. So I'm really excited about this crop because I haven't grown it for a very, very long time, and this is okra. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the shape and the structure of the plant. It has a hibiscus type flower, which then the okra grows out of. I absolutely love it. You do have to provide it with a very warm season, so I'll be planting this in my polytunnel, and I can't wait to show you guys the progress. So I'm doing a lot more companion planting this year, and I'm really going to take a lot of notes on how it affects pest and disease in and around the garden. I did find out that the sunflowers absolutely love being planted with sweet corn, which actually works out really well for me because I have a cut flower garden that I'm caring for this year. But I don't have the room to be growing those beautiful cut sunflowers. These are two varieties that actually grew down at my allotment plot last year, and they were absolutely spectacular, and the vase life of them was, it tripled what you'd buy in a shop. So it's well worth doing. So if you are growing sweet corn, I'd highly recommend that you whack these sunflowers in with them. And Vincent's Choice and Vincent's Fresh are two beautiful sunflowers. One's got a green centre and one's got a very dark chocolatey centre. These are all the sunflowers. As you can see, there's quite a few seed packets here. You guys can just choose whatever variety of sunflowers that suits you, from height to branching out, it's completely up to you. I pick the varieties that I like for completely different habits of a sunflower. I also use the heads of the sunflower and send them into the kitchen for them to prep and cook, and they're absolutely beautiful. They've got a lovely nutty flavour. Another fantastic vegetable to have in the garden. Also as well, it attracts the insects. You know, if you have your heads that go to seed, then you can feed the birds. A really, really good staple in the veg garden. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you like it. If you do, please give me a big thumbs up. Any questions, as I say all the time, please leave comments below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And good luck with sowing for the month of March.